Welcome to my channel, Fat to Keto. My friends call me Jelly. Trying to still work out the angles of this camera. It does not like me. I keep having to switch from the camera to the camera phone, so trying to get the perfect angles each time seems to be hard for me. Yay! Let's see, this is day 4 of eating for my ketovore. Basically, it's a keto carnivore diet where I eat heavy fats, and mostly meat, cheese, eggs, and heavy whipping cream. The only thing I do add to it that most people don't is I do still have my preferred keto collagen powder, 1 scoop every morning in my coffee, which I have already had this morning. It is already 12 o'clock here in the afternoon, and I had that early this morning. How am I doing? Let's see. Well, last night I woke up twice. The first time I was really nauseous but able to fall back asleep quickly. The second time it was about 5 a.m. I was so sick to my stomach, so nauseous. I had to get up and make chicken broth that I have always in my fridge. I warmed it up in the microwave, drank about 8 ounces of it. It calmed down the nausea, but then I spent some time in the bathroom anyways. I googled because I don't know much. I know like on keto what happens to you when you first start it, but I only knew some side effects and symptoms that will happen during a carnivore change. If you come from American Standard Diet or a really bad habit diet, you have a bigger list of changes. But if you come from a keto diet, and especially one that I was on where I did half the amount of fat most people in keto do, because I wanted my weight to drop quickly. I wanted my body to eat the fat off me, not from what I was actually eating. So I only did about 47 grams of fat a day originally. Now it's like 150, at least for the last few days, at least. So with that being said, I had some of the bad side effects, which they say can last for a week. Meaning you can be nauseous, which I was, and you could spend a lot of time in the bathroom, which I had, and hopefully it has stopped. I wasn't going to eat because of that reason. I don't want to keep going to the bathroom all day and be tied to it, but it is 12 o'clock and I am hungry, so I am about to make 2 scrambled eggs like yesterday with my little tiny ½ an ounce of Gouda cheese. I'm sure I'm pronouncing it wrong, but that's how I've always pronounced it. And I will have another coffee. Just a regular one this time. So, yeah. Oh yeah, and 3 strips of microwave bacon because I'm too lazy to cook the real thing. That's what we're going with this morning. It is, like, the ingredients are halfway decent in it. It's from Costco. It's their brand, Crooklyn's. It's not like crazy bad or anything. What else I want to, so I went back through my notes, and 4 days ago, because I've only eaten carnivore 3 days so far, because this is day 4, I was actually at 208. Because, you know, I've been doing this little teeter-totter thing from 198 to 208. But it would gradually go back down to 198, like ½ a pound a day, and then once it got there it would go back up. I haven't got there yet, so I don't know what this diet's going to do. However, in those 3 days of eating, I am officially back down to 201. So I'm getting real close to being back down to 198, and let's see if I can get past that. Let's see if I can keep going down. I don't physically feel tired any more than I do on keto. I have these huge bursts of energy, then I get a little sluggish, and then these huge bursts of energy happens again. But I also have health problems. Like, I still, even though keto helps with fibromyalgia, I still have issues with it, and during those sluggish moments, I get really tired and a lot of pain, and I have a lot of trouble sleeping. So for me to have any burst of energies is great. Yeah, what else do I want to tell y'all? Well, it's Sunday. I haven't really done any makeup. On Sundays, all I do is I use my organic coconut oil, which you can buy anywhere in the cooking section. I know it sounds crazy, but I've been using it for almost 2 years. My skin used to bleed and get very dry, and it would be dry in some areas, oily in some others. I would get little rashes. It was really bad, and I was paying so much money for all these different lotions and soaps and treatments, and now I just use some baking soda on my face to clean it, and my coconut oil. I put the coconut oil on probably 3 times a day when I wake up, sometimes in the middle of the day, definitely before I go to bed. I've been starting to use it on my arms too, because I noticed ever since I did start using it, this down here has gotten way tighter, because it was sagging really bad, because I was 368 pounds, and you can see on some of my other pictures how big this area was. It was gigantic, and I was really scared I was gonna have tons of hanging skin. I mean, I do still have some, but maybe it'll go away over time. If not, I'll just learn to deal with it, or never take sideways pictures, and then I might be happy with it. So that's what I do every morning. Of course, I did mascara, and sometimes I just do a light pink over my eyes real fast. I really have very light eyebrows, so I didn't do them, so it doesn't look like I have eyebrows today. Yay. But it's Sunday. Sunday is usually my house cleaning day, laundry day, and maybe running to the store. If my stomach stays calm today, me and my daughter is going to go shopping for her teacher's end of the year gift. If not, we will do that probably Monday or sometime before Friday. So I'm not really sure I feel like cleaning today, so we will see. I might put that off until tomorrow. Tonight, I don't think I'm going to be doing steak, since I was so nauseous. I don't know if I want to do steak again. I might just do chicken thighs, like 3 chicken thighs or something, and some cheese. I don't know. Really, my cheese intake has only been 1 ounce a day. I did do a couple of pork rinds last night. That is just pork rind and salt, nothing else added, no bad stuff. It's just literally those 2 ingredients. That's it. And I just did a handful because I was still hungry after dinner, because I only ate like 8 ounces of the steak, and I wasn't like, oh my gosh, I'm starving. It was more like, I want something crunchy. So I just ate a few of them. It probably really was like 5 pieces. I can't really handle too many of them. It makes me stomach sick too. So yeah, that could have been why I was sick too, but usually not that sick. It just makes me a tiny bit nauseous. So, and I've been doing 1 to 2 tablespoons of my Kerrygold butter a day. I put 1 tablespoon last night on top of my 8 ounces of meat. I really had to force myself to eat the 8 ounces of meat. Even though I was hungry, I got full so fast. But I really hadn't eaten much calories or anything, because all I ate was those 2 eggs in the morning with that little piece of cheese. So I made myself eat at least 8 ounces of that, and that's what you will see on my plate. The other 8 ounces is in the fridge. I do not like to rewarm up steak, because I like it very raw, and I don't eat it cold. So the other 8 ounces from yesterday, the 8 ounces from the day before, my dad will actually be taking them, and my mom will make it into a stir fry for him with the onions, mushrooms, and stuff like that, so it never goes to waste. And I've tried to cut the steaks in half and cook only half of them at a time, but the problem with that is I swear the end just seems like it always dries out, and it drives me crazy, because for some reason New York strips, it should have fat running the whole thing evenly, but it doesn't. One end always has more fat than the other, and it just doesn't seem to cook as tender and juicy when I cut half of that off. So, but it all works out. Everyone gets to eat. But I'm going to go ahead and start mixing this. It is my 2 eggs and my probably a little less than half a tablespoon of heavy whipping cream. It's less than the white cap that's on it. Sometimes I use that for measuring. I've been doing it for so long now, I can just flip it over and dump some in real fast and pretty much know where I'm going with it. Pretty much know I'm not going over. So I'm not afraid of raw eggs, so me putting my fork on my bacon does not bother me. Some people might be freaking out. What are you doing? But yeah, people drink raw eggs. It doesn't bother me none. So now I gotta wait for this to heat up because I meant to heat it up while I was running my mouth and I didn't. But yeah, so just trying to make sure that battery's gonna last. I don't know what's with the camera. I think I'm really gonna have to order a second battery just in case. But as I said, I'm going to see my boyfriend in July and I plan on taking morning videos, and the videos might be really short because I won't have my computer to cut, paste, or anything, and I don't want to spend tons of time uploading from my phone. So I might just do clips here or there, and I'll make a whole bunch to put together when I get back. But each morning I will say hello. Each evening I will put something on. I'm going to take tons of videos and pictures of us hiking and at the beach and let y'all see Hawaii too. I have to say, it is beautiful, but not as stunning as all the pictures make it out to be. There is a tourist area, a couple block radius that look just like the pictures. There is the north side of the island that's supposed to be like a rainforest, very beautiful, very green. But when you go to past Honolulu, like the other side of the island, it's like desert. A lot of things are dead, even though it's still pretty. The biggest shock about the whole entire island is how many homeless people they are. They'll pull their pants down and go to the bathroom in front of you. I'm talking like number 2. They don't care, right on the sidewalk. I was in shock. I'm like, isn't this America? I get people are homeless, but don't they have a tiny bit of embarrassment or pride or something? But unfortunately, a lot of the homeless people have mental illnesses there, so they don't think the same way the rest of the world does. They think nothing of it. So that part did shock me. I was in a big culture shock. This will be my 3rd time being there, so yeah, we're supposed to go to some new places this time, which I'm really excited about. I had wanted to go to Hawaii my whole life, but I never thought I would ever fit in a plane to fly that far. And this was last summer, almost a year ago. And I had gotten down to the 260s at that point, and I just asked for a extension belt, but that 12-hour flight was murder. But now I no longer ask for a extension belt. I don't need them. I can use the regular belt and tighten it, which makes me really excited. The plane ride is still rough. It's 2 plane rides. The first one's usually an hour to 2 hours, depending on where I'm flying into and then flying out of. I did LA the very first time I ever did it, which is 5 hours there and then 5 to 7 hours to Hawaii over the ocean. But you're on a crappy small plane flying over that ocean for like 7 hours. So now I usually fly into Atlanta, Georgia, or Minnesota. So that plane ride's about an hour and a half, and then I normally have an hour and a half layover, which really does suck, but it gives me time to get where I need to go, use their bathroom instead of, you know, the plane bathrooms always got lines. Get me some snacks if I need to. They're really good in the airports of having little cheese and meat packages. Delta itself, don't order like a diabetic or low carb meal, because it's not. It's got bananas, all kind of crap in it. Orange juice is in it. It's crap. But the original one, you get a little sandwich, and all I do is always take the bread off and eat the meat and the cheese and the lettuce. And then you get usually strawberries, maybe some grapes. And the grapes, there's such a little bit of amount that sometimes I eat them. But most of the stuff in the regular meal is low carb once you take the bread and stuff off. But the actual low carb meal is not low carb at all. It makes no sense to me. So that's what I usually do, and I always bring my bars like Quest and different things to eat on the plane. This time I'm not sure what I'll be bringing, because I'm liking my results of the carnivore diet right now, so we'll see. Might be a lot of beef sticks and stuff, because I like this. I like the weight going down so quickly, and let's hope it continues, because I really want to be below 190 before July. So yeah, we're gonna have to see about that. So we're just mixing these eggs. Getting them nice and cooked, but not too much. I hate dry eggs. Then I'm gonna slide in this piece of cheese as a whole because that's how I like it. We're gonna throw a little pepper. And of course my Himalayan salt, which last night I did add a bunch of salt to my chicken broth because it just tasted a little bland, and I thought since I was so nauseous, sodium usually helps me get rid of that. So now we're just gonna melt this big chunk of cheese in here real fast. If it decides to melt today without overcooking my eggs. I kind of ran my mouth a little bit. I should have put it in sooner. But yeah, so I'm not sure what I'm doing yet today. I will come back and check in with y'all periodically through the day, and I suck at pronouncing words. Sometimes I try to hide my country too much, and when I do, I tongue tie over words. So it's a bad habit I have. But I probably will be doing the chicken thighs for dinner tonight because I don't feel like steak another night in a row. Or I might be, which I forgot I had, doing my pork loin, which is cut up into inch thick, about 3 of them. And I was thinking about putting them in the pressure cooker with my chicken stock and salt and pepper and cooking it until it shreds up. So that's probably, as I was saying, that's probably what I will do today, is cook that. For some reason the camera has quit again. There must be some kind of timer that doesn't let you record more than a few minutes. Like, I swear after 13 minutes that thing goes off. I'm gonna have to look at the manual today. I'm gonna have to dig it out since I'm here by myself with nothing to do. But I'm gonna finish these eggs up and make me another coffee and go sit down and eat some breakfast. And I hope everyone is having a good Sunday morning. This will not post until Monday morning, unfortunately, because of my internet. But I will check in with y'all in just a little bit. Okay, I think it's recording. Yes, it is. I always cut the top of my head off, but it's the only way I can seem to do it right now and get the stove in too. I will work on that later. Probably just need to raise stuff more. Might help if I turn my phone off. I was on a phone call. But I am going to do pork loins for dinner. They're cut in about 1 inch thick. There's 3 of them. Probably will not be eating all 3. I will weigh it out when I'm done. But I'm going to put it in my pressure cooker because it is already 5 and I like to eat before 6 and I am starving. So, the first thing I am going to do is add a tiny bit of the organic chicken stock to my pan. I'm not worried about anything they might have put in it because it's really not going to have that long to soak up because it only will cook in it for about 10 minutes. And it's probably, there's about this much left in it is how much I poured in there. So, now we are going to throw these in me. And the water juice is not covering it, so we're going to add some water to it after I salt and pepper it. Okay, so my pink Himalayan salt, we're just going to put a bunch on there. And I'm only going to do the one side because I will be seasoning more once it's finished cooking and I can pull it apart. But we're going to do a lot of pepper because I'm used to Cajun seasoning and I'm not using it right now on the diet. Make sure the venting is closed. I plug it in. And so I'm going to use the chicken button because I did not look up which button I should be using. Let me see. No, that's my air fryer one. Somewhere I have an Instant Pot one. Not sure where it is, but we'll just use the poultry. And yeah, let's make sure. Yep, that's what we're gonna use, poultry, and see how that turns out. So this will probably take about 30 to 40 minutes to get all pressurized and cook and then unpressurized because I was stupid before and I have opened it before the pressure let go, and what happened was it blew up literally to the ceiling and covered my shirt, and when I pulled my shirt off 2 layers of my skin came off. So when you work with a pressure cooker, if it fights back at you at all, do not open it. My whole entire stomach Because I'm allergic to everything. I was allergic to the Silverdine they usually give you. I was allergic to the tape, the gauze, everything. So I had this horrible, horrible bleeding wound across my whole entire stomach. For 6 weeks, all I could do is lay in a chair basically, because I couldn't put clothes on. Nothing could touch it. It had to be in the air, and it took almost 6 weeks to scab over. It was really, really bad, because at first they did give me special gauze that was supposed to not be allergic to, and you use the special tape, and I got a chemical burn with the tape, and when they pulled the tape off, my other skin, which was not burned beforehand, peeled off with it. So yes, be very careful when you use the pressure cooker setting. Any resistance, do not try to open it. Let it vent all the way. I did not know better. I know better now. I was scared of it for a year. Almost didn't go ever near it again. But now I obey. I know now. Any resistant, wait. But it's my favorite, one of my favorite things to cook with. I love my Instapot, I love my indoor grill, and I love my little air fryer oven. But I will come back to you when it's done and show you what it looks like when we pull it out. And I'm thinking we're gonna fry it up in a pan a little afterwards if it shreds properly, and then I'm gonna make this cheese sauce, just using some heavy whipping creams and Kerrygold butter and some cheese, because otherwise it's just gonna be probably dry pork. I'm not really a pork loin type person, but I didn't feel like steak, and I don't really want chicken tonight, so we are trying new things. But oh, and another note, I got in the mail today my preferred keto collagen, the vanilla one. I have never tried. Other people told me I should give it a try, and I like them both evenly. So the chocolate one's a little stronger chocolatey taste, but to me they're very similar in taste. The chocolate one's just a little strong bittery or something taste to it versus the vanilla, but there's not a huge difference. I do put 1 tablespoon of heavy whipping cream in my coffee, so, and I do also put 1 sweet and low in it as well, because I hate the taste of stevia. I have tried some on Amazon that people recommended, but I still don't like the taste of stevia by itself. And I've been on sweet and low my whole entire life, and I've tested my blood sugar over and over again, and it does not raise it. And it's just 1 little pack per cup, which is once a day. So that's what I do to make it taste the way I love it. I always say, you know, if it doesn't raise your sugar and it doesn't stall you, why not make it taste better for you? Yes, that little coffee each morning technically is not carnivore. However, I'm doing ketovore. So I'm mixing my keto and carnivore together. And the one things I am doing is that coffee. But other than that, I am doing the cheese, the heavy whipping cream, the Kerrygold butter, and the eggs and all the meat. Nothing else. No fruits, no vegetables, no flavored waters, no Zevia sodas. Like, it was killing me. I had to get out of my mom's house because that's where I have all my Zevia's sodas, all my flavored waters. I mean, everything came in today because Amazon delivered the last 2 days for me. All my stuff that I normally do on keto, but I'm not doing it on this. So it's just gonna have to sit down there and wait for me. And I don't know how long it's gonna wait, because if my weight keeps dropping like it is right now, it'll be a good minute before I start adding crap back into this diet. Before I start adding any of the flavored waters or the fake sodas or even broccoli right now, because my weight is drastically going down quickly. I mean, it's not even teeter-tottering now, knock on wood. It's just swooping straight down. So we will see, because I really want to hit my goal before July 11th. But hopefully I will. We will find out. You get to come along on the ride with me. I am going to do a video every single day, even if I don't feel like it, and even if I don't feel like doing my hair or makeup. So y'all get to follow along and see how my weight is going. Right now this morning, like I said earlier, 201. I'm very excited, but I really will not get excited until I'm under 198, because that was my lowest twice now, March 29th and April 29th, strangely enough. Those were the 2 dates that I was 198. And then I just kept going up to almost 210 and back down. And yeah, so maybe this is secure. Maybe this will be my break my stall and let's go down. We will see. Some people can just do egg fast and beef fast and this breaks their stall and they're good to go for a long time again. They never work for me. So I'm really hoping this will work. But yeah, I do my 2 eggs every morning, but no more than that. That's probably, I just can't handle all those eggs. That's probably why I can't do the egg fast. But, so this is warming up right now. Probably take a good 30 plus minutes. And then we'll come back and do the next part when it's ready. Okay, welcome back. It has finished cooking and depressurizing. We are cutting my head off again. I will figure that out one day, how not to. That's gonna drive me crazy. I need like 2 cameras. One to point at the food and one to not chop my hair off. Okay, so it has finished cooking. All nice and cooked. And you know, I totally forgot to add the water to it, but it was okay. It still cooked perfectly fine. So, in a small saucer pan, I have 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream and 1 tablespoon of Kerrygold butter right now. I may or may not need to add more because I am making a cheese sauce for it. So I just got to get this boiling and going. I do have xanthan gum if I need to thicken it, but I doubt I will. I also have 1 ounce of Philadelphia cream cheese. So yes, technically that's a carb. And 1 ounce of the mozzarella cheese, which is less than a carb because it's supposed to be way more than 1 ounce per serving. It's 1 carb for a 1/4 cup, which turns out to be more than 1 ounce. So I'm going to say all this together because it's all under a carb apiece. It's probably 2 carbs. And so far today, all I've had is 2 carbs. Or actually probably 3, because I did have the vanilla perfect keto collagen powder, and I had the chocolate this morning. And even though they say less than a carb, I think it says less than carb. Let me look. Let's look and see. Because I'm not giving this part up. I really need it. I don't want my hair falling out. It really does help with skin. Yep, less than a carb. And it supposedly has 1 dietary fiber too. So supposedly it's 0 carbs, but I count this with the heavy whipping cream and that little pack of Sweet and Low as of at least 1 or 2 carbs. So I had 2 of these today, so that's 2 or 4 carbs. This is definitely 2 carbs. And I had the 2 eggs, 2 carbs. So technically it's probably about 6 or 7 carbs, but they're not carbs a piece. It's probably only 4, but I round up. And as long as that's the only plant-based carbs I'm getting, because stevia is from a plant, the cocoa powder is from a plant, the collagen is bovine, not from a plant. There is MCT oil from a plant, but that's okay. It's not that much at all to hurt me, and my weight is going down, and that's the main point of this, to get my weight to start going and to make me feel better. So we're doing good. So we are just melting this butter and heating up the heavy whipping cream. I have the container of it in case I need more. I am going to go ahead and add some salt. I usually add Cajun seasonings and a bunch of other stuff. Not happening, so yeah, get this going. I hope everyone's had a great Sunday. I've done so much laundry. Like, I have 1 load in there drying and it will finally be done. I'm gonna go ahead and throw in the cheese. So, and yeah, I usually use these little cute thingies because I measure everything out on my scale over there. I used to get measuring cups and measuring spoons and do everything that way, and then I had a bunch of dishes at the end of the night to clean. So I just put in here, and as I put something new in it, I tear it out and keep adding on, so I don't have a bunch of dishes for no reason. So I think this is enough cheese in here that it will thicken up on its own, and I won't need that xanthan gum, which I absolutely love, and I think it's plant-based. I don't know, so that might be a no-no on this diet. I haven't looked at it, but I love it for thickening broths and stuff, so I can pretend in making gravies. I can pretend I'm having gravies, and I can pretend I'm having chicken and dumplings, because my favorite part of it wasn't actually the dumpling, it was just the thickness of the soup it makes. And the xanthan gum just thickens up everything. But I am not going to need to use it. I put enough cheese in here, and it is almost melted. We're gonna get it all melted. But yeah, I've had a pretty long, boring day, just doing laundry, doing some research on the carnivore diet, doing more research on keto. I always do. Watching people's YouTubes, checking out cameras to buy and stuff, talking to my boyfriend on the phone. Really sucks that he lives in Hawaii. I'm glad we don't have to pay per minute we talk, because it's thousands and thousands and thousands of minutes a month. So that would be really expensive. So now I'm going to throw one of these in here to start with and lower down the temperature. And hopefully it cooked enough that this will fall apart easy. Let me get a fork. Usually I can just touch it and it falls apart, but it did not cook long enough to do that. So I think I'm going to be eating as whole. It's definitely cooked all the way, but it is not falling apart. So I'm going to have to cut it and not make it exactly the way I wanted, but it's okay. We can still cake it in the yummy goodness. So originally I was going to shred it and eat it that way, but I guess we're going to do it this way, which works too. So, and I will weigh these out. Of course they will weigh a little more with the cheese on it, but that's okay. Now this one's more tender. I think it's because I didn't put all the water in there I was supposed to. So next time I will pay more attention and do it correctly. But I was so excited to sit here and record that I didn't pay attention to what I was doing. But, and then there's the third one, which I might not put the third one in there. I might cut it in half and fry it up in the morning, because I don't think I could eat all three anyways. So we're just going to stick to this one. And I'm going to turn down the temperature, and I'm just going to let it sit in here as long as the cheese doesn't burn, and then I'll tender it up some more. And I will take a pretty picture of it if it's pretty enough when I'm done and add it to this video. But yeah, so I'm just going to let that boil a little bit and then eat dinner. It's almost 6. I have like 10 minutes before 6, so I think it'll be a little after 6 when I finish eating, because I'm trying to eat before 6 every day. Didn't work out so well today. There's no way I can scarf it down in 10 minutes, because obviously this is pretty hot, so that won't be happening. But yeah, was my day. Very boring. Tomorrow I'll take my daughter to school. I'll go to Walmart and buy that bathing suit I want, do some other shopping, then come home, and if it's a beautiful day, we will be getting in the pool. But I will do some videos tomorrow. Maybe I'll show you how I make my coffee. Now that I tell you I put a little pack of Sweet and Low in there, and then y'all can all yell at me or whatever, but I'm still gonna do it. So, but yeah. I hope everyone has a very lovely Sunday night, but well, had, because you will see this tomorrow, which will be Monday, unfortunately, because of my internet. But I hope everyone has a good Monday then. But I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye.